My 20 female boyfriend, 21 male, is a porn addict and I don't know what to do. We've been living together for 6 months, and in the last 3 weeks everything has just completely fallen apart. Long story short, I ended up having to use my boyfriend's computer to email myself some work I'd done on it. I accidentally deleted the email, so I went into the trash can and discovered loads of deleted emails from fetish dating websites. I originally thought they may have been spam, but when I clicked on them it logged me into the accounts. I found out he had been cheating on me with people online for the entirety of our relationship, which is over a year now. I then went snooping, and he'd been doing it on here, as well as I found his secret Reddit account. It completely broke my heart as he gaslit me into believing I was crazy when I always felt like there was something up, but I couldn't figure out what. I ended up going through his search history and found out he'd also been watching porn multiple times a day every day for the last couple years. So whilst I've been at work saving money for our future, he'd been cheating on me and beating himself off too, and for other people. Up until discovering this, for the majority of our relationship I had been incredibly happy and saw a future with him. I'm going to get judged for this, but I didn't break up with him as I live 5 hours away from my closest family members, and I'm living with him and his parents, so rent is cheap and I'm in no financial position to just get up and leave, and if I did it would mean that I lose my tattoo apprenticeship of a lifetime that I've worked so hard for. I've also never loved anyone like the way I've loved him. After all of that unfolded, we talked, and I said I would be doing random spot checks, and the other day on one of my spot checks I found out he'd been watching porn, so I decided to give him a chance in being honest, and I asked if he had been doing any of the online stuff again, to which he said no, and I asked again, and he said no. I was so hoping he would have been honest, as it would have shown that he was working on getting better. So I told him I knew exactly what he'd been watching and listed some of the names of the threads and videos he'd been on. When I asked why he lied, he said it's because he didn't think I'd find out. I ended up breaking down as it brought up all the hurt from the previous stuff that had happened, which I mentioned above, and he then went into full freak out mode, hysterically crying and acting like a child, so I was then left having to look after him when I was the one that needed looking after in that moment. Any advice on how to get through this situation? And to help someone get over a porn addiction? Any advice would be greatly appreciated, as I'm losing my mind.